everyone, and welcome back. This is your host, Reverend Adam, and on today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make a liquid or sprayable body smudge. Today, we're making a 4-ingredient body smudge. You can go ahead and change this recipe according to your needs or preferences. You can always add or take away an ingredient depending upon what you would like or dislike. Now, this body smudge will be available on my website at merlinstaff.com. The link will be in the description, as well as any services that I provide in counseling and consulting for spiritual needs. Now, this liquid body smudge is very good because it will help you maintain positive energy and it will clear away minor level negative energies. Now, as far as major level negative energies, this will not help you clear that away. So I suggest you either consult myself through my website or you consult your own spiritual practitioner, your professional practitioner, whoever that may be. Now, today, as we're using 4 ingredients to make this liquid body smudge, I'm going to walk you through the process, and I want you to understand you can use this on yourself, you can use this in a room or within the home to help clear away minor level negative energies and to help maintain positive energies within your life. This particular blend will help not only clear away minor negative energies, but also to help protect and keep you clean, spiritually speaking, or the room clean, spiritually speaking, of course. So today I've got my beaker here already. This beaker here is actually already cleaned and sterilized because we're using this to make a spray that a person will use on their body. So this could get in the eyes, this could get in the mouth. That's really not what we want. This is not an edible version of a liquid body spray, although those are available out there and I can make those custom for you if you prefer. Now, this particular version is not going to be entirely unsafe, but we do not suggest that you eat it or get in the eyes or any of the orifices. So let's begin. We have Everclear, which I am using as one of 2 of my bases. Now, I'm using Everclear here because it's 100% selected grains, okay, distilled from that, and it's got a higher level of alcohol content. Now, this is 95% alcohol by volume, or 90 proof alcohol. The higher version of alcohol content you get, the better. A lot of people prefer to use the vodka. I prefer using perfumer's alcohol, but it is highly expensive. And why do that when Everclear is so effective just as well? Now, we're also using rose water today. Now, this isn't just any rose water. This is distilled rose hydrosol, which means that this was steam distilled water from roses, okay, that has the actual natural essential oil of rose in it. Now, a lot of rose waters that you buy in the spiritual stores, not all, but a lot of them, most of them, are going to be inedible. Okay, this is actually an edible type of rose water. This is the way that real rose water is made. Most of the ones at the spiritual stores are just like a distilled water and a bit of fragrance added in, but they don't have the real rose element to them. They don't have that rose essence in them. Just the fragrance oils, and those oils are not edible, and they are actually not that safe on the skin. So I always use essential oils. This is a byproduct when they're making Rose Absolute, which is a essential oil of rose. Now, what I want to do here is instruct you that, and this is the first time I'm opening this Everclear bottle, how we're going to make this, okay? Now, we have a 500 milliliter container here, and I'm going to fill it up about halfway. So, you know, this doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be eyeballed. I'm going to bring it up to the 300 milliliter mark on the Everclear. I also have a stir within my container, if you can see that. And you know what? I'm going to push it past just a little bit past that 300 mark. That's going to be a little bit over half. Now, I like to do a little bit over half on the alcohol because I feel it helps to disperse the essential oils a little bit better. But a lot of times you can just do a half and half between the alcohol and the rose water. Now I'm going to fill the rest of it up with the rose water here, and if you can tell, I have these bottles, these spray bottles on the table already that we can fill up after we've made our mixture. Now this is a very simple mixture, and as stated, it's a 4-ingredient mixture, but you could always add and take away. Now you see here I am stirring up the alcohol and the water together. Okay, now you'll notice that right now it's clear. At some point when we get the essential oils in there, it might change into a white kind of look to it. It might turn into like that color. Okay, opaque is the term that I'm looking for, I think. So as we are stirring this, we want to make sure that we get most of it mixed up in there together. It doesn't take a lot because it's just alcohol and water. It's a little bit easier to mix up. Now, when we're going to add our essential oils, we have two essential oil ingredients that we're using. The first one we're using is rosemary essential oil. I'm using the Now brand and the rosemary right now. I prefer the Now brand because I know they don't add anything extra to most of their essential oils, and that's what I like. So now, because we have 500 milliliters, it looks like I need a little bit more rose water to catch that mark. I just went slightly over, but that's okay. We had extra vodka in there. Remember, it's not an exact science in this case. What we're going to do now is we're going to place our rosemary essential oil in here. You just need really a few drops because that will go a long way with this particular spray. So I put about 7 drops in there, okay? 7 drops of rosemary is very good for 500 milliliters of base. Now the base is the mixture of alcohol and the rose water. And now we're going to add our sage essential oil to this. And the sage essential oil is very good for cleansing, where the rosemary is very good for protection as well as cleansing. So we're going to add our sage now, and we only need a few drops of this. Okay, so now we've added our sage essential oil to this, and today we're using the Aura Cassia, okay, which is the brand of sage oil that I was able to get. It's not necessarily my favorite, but I will use it because I know it's good quality. And then we're going to go ahead and just mix up our mixture here. And we want to make sure that when we get the oils added in, we always mix it before pouring it into our bottles. Now at this point, you could always add a pinch of salt. Salt can help purify as well. Salt also helps with grounding energy. If you wanted to add another ingredient, another suggestion I would have is adding a few drops of orange essential oil to the mixture. Orange essential oil is wonderful for clearing, for success, and for protection. There's many uses for orange, and different types of essential oils are made using the orange tree. You have orange essential oil, which comes directly from the orange, and then you have things like petitgrain and other oils as well that are very similar. Now, we've gotten our mixture here all mixed up. Our oils are kind of mixed into it. And every once in a while, when you're pouring this, you might want to mix it up a little bit more. What I'm going to do is take one moment, and I'll be right back. So I'm going to add one more ingredient to this. It's polysorbate 80 from brambleberry. Now, this is not a necessary ingredient. You can make this mixture with just the 4 and works just wonderfully. Now, polysorbate 80 is going to help just kind of disperse those oils within the water mixture. And I'm just going to add a couple of drops because we don't want to add too much of polysorbate 80 to our mixture here. It's going to go a long way. Now we're just going to mix up everything. And make sure everything is wonderfully mixed within our container here. And then, when you're all done, you can take your container and start pouring into your spray bottles. Being very careful not to spill very much. As you can tell, I'm spilling some. There we go. And now you see that polysorbate 80 does a very good job at getting the essential oils and the water and the alcohol all mixed up very well together. Now, what you want to do is any excessive water, when you put on your cap, you just kind of get that off of there. And you have your body smudge. All right, everyone. So now, as you can see here, I've bottled up all of the body smudge that we've made in this video, and I've placed it into our spray containers. I've left the lids off for right now because what we need to do when we have made a product, a spiritual product, is we need to infuse it with energy. Now, I will do a blessing in this portion of the episode on the body smudges that we've made. But one thing I've remembered to tell you about is that you can add stones like crystals to your body smudge as well, if that's something you want to do. I have quartz crystal here, which I may or may not add to this body smudge at some point based upon preference. But quartz crystal is a wonderful crystal used to be programmed and reprogrammed for really any purpose, but it also helps to clear energy, to keep energy positive, and keep it clear of negative energies and keep it on a positive vibrational frequency. So now what we're going to do here is bless our body smudge, and I'm going to do a bit of a mantra over this body smudge. I'm doing 2 mantras. One is first the Ganesha mantra, which helps to remove obstacles, and then 2, I'm going to use the Shiva mantra, which helps to remove negative energies and purify. Now, these mantras are wonderful mantras, and then we'll do an additional 3rd mantra after all, which is a healing mantra that I will do on these And the healing mantra is going to be the Don Von Trey mantra. And that mantra would be good to have that energy in the body smudges because they will also act as healing agents to healing your energy, to helping your energy realign. Okay? So let's begin with the Ganesha mantra. Then we're going to move on to Shiva and then the Don Von Trey. Now, as I'm doing this blessing, I'm just focusing and visualizing the energy that we're using these mantras for as we're using them, going into the body smudge, going into the liquids. And this is why I've left the caps off so we could go ahead and transfer it in there. First one is Ganesha. Om Ganapati Namaha. Om Ganapati Namaha. Om Ganapati Namaha. The next one is the Shiva mantra. Om Namah Shivaya Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya Namaha. And the third one is going to be the Dhanvantri mantra. Om Shri Dhanvantri Namaha. Om Shri Dhanvantri Namaha. Om Shri Dhanvantri Namaha. Om Shri Dhanvantri Namaha. Now, each one of these mantras placing this energy into this body smudge, when visualizing that energy going in from the universal energies, from the universe into our body smudge, we have blessed our body smudge. Once more, you can always add a pinch of salt. Salt is great for grounding and purification, as well as protection. So you can really make these body smudges anything you want them to be. But once you're done with the blessing, you want to go ahead and put your caps back on. And then you want to label them appropriately. Remember, if you're making these to sell at some point, you're going to want to list your ingredients on your labels. Okay. Now, usually with that, you're going to list the ingredients in a certain type of order. You want to list the ingredients you use most at the beginning and the ingredients that you use the least of at the end of that list. And this is all of your body smudge. It does wonderful things. Try it out. And once more, thank you everyone for tuning into today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like today's video. Thank you. And namaste.